I'm Haromat. I'm one of the teachers in the Knowledge, Technology and Innovation group, the section, the CPT section, and I'm going to tell you something about the history of the three groups in the section. Wageningen became a university, or really a university, in the 1960s, because then you see the student numbers explode or going up very quickly, and you also see the number of chairs and groups emerge and grow. So the first of our groups was the extension science, or voorlichtingskunde in Dutch, and that was in 1964. And the idea of this group was to display and transfer the knowledge of Wageningen to the people, the farming community, but also food industry and other areas of what we now call the life sciences. There was further expansion with a chair in philosophy, or wijsbegeerte in Dutch, and that sort of continued until the 1990s. And then a third of our chairs, the Technology and Agrarian Development Group, was established in 1993. And that group had a more specific focus, or an exclusive focus on, as the word suggests, on the agricultural development and agrarian development processes in the developing world, the global south, as we now used to call it. Those groups basically evolved independently until the beginning of this century. So in 2002, what then became the Communication and Innovation Studies group split into two subgroups. In 2012, there was a further split, but also merger with the Technology and Agrarian Development Group. And basically, that is the three groups of the CPT section that we now have. And besides just evolvement in time, there was, of course, also an involvement in terms of the way we deal with scientific knowledge, the relation between science and society and the wider public. First, have this building here in Wageningen that you might have seen when you come in the city center. And it's the first school for agriculture. So there was classrooms, there were dormitories for the students, and basically what the idea of the school was to teach young farmers who would become a farmer the basics of science for agriculture. So the dominant model, or the existing model by then, was to give direct scientific information to the farmers. This is a building where basically all the practical components of the school and the teaching were done. And yeah, I mean, you can see it's now in the center of Wageningen, but it used to be on the edge of Wageningen. So basically all around here were small fields with plants, with machinery, with animals, and all the students were doing their practical components of their teaching over here. So each time you come past this building, you know this was one of the sort of practical buildings of the university.